Have you ever been so excited to harvest your homegrown ginger, only to find you've grown a jungle of beautiful green leaves, but down below, there's barely anything to show for it? It's a common frustration. You put in all that effort and you end up with less ginger than you started with. Well, that ends today. We're going to show you the essential techniques to shift your plant's energy from growing leaves to producing a massive harvest of spicy, aromatic rhizomes. This is how you grow ginger that actually gives back more than you put in. Your success starts at the very beginning, selecting the right seed ginger. Don't just grab any old piece from the grocery store. Look for rhizomes that are firm, plump, and heavy for their size. The skin should be thin and taut, not thick, wrinkled, or bruised. Most importantly, you need to see small, greenish-white buds, often called eyes. These are the starting points for new growth. Avoid any pieces that look dry, shriveled, or soft. These lack the stored energy to produce strong roots and will likely just give you a weak stalk of leaves before giving up. If you have a large piece with several buds, you can break it into smaller sections about 2 inches long, making sure each piece has at least a couple of those vital eyes. Now for a pro tip, wake your ginger up before you plant it. This is called pre-sprouting. Simply place your chosen ginger pieces on a tray in a warm spot with bright, indirect light, like a kitchen windowsill. In about a week or two, you'll see those little green eyes swell and start pushing out noticeable sprouts. This step gives your ginger a huge head start, ensuring it's ready for vigorous growth the moment it hits the soil. Ginger absolutely despises dense, compacted soil. It needs room to expand. The ideal home for your ginger is a soil mix that's incredibly light and well-draining. A perfect simple recipe is a 50-50 blend of high-quality compost and either coarse sand or perlite. The compost provides the nutrients, while the sand or perlite creates air pockets and ensures water drains away freely, preventing rot. Whether you're planting in a pot or a garden bed, the principle is the same. For containers, choose one that is wide and relatively shallow rather than deep and narrow. Ginger rhizomes grow horizontally, so width is more important than depth. And whatever you plant in, make sure it has excellent drainage. When it's time to plant, depth is critical. You want to plant your ginger pieces just 1 inch deep. That's it. If you plant them too deep, the plant will waste all its initial energy just pushing a leafy shoot up to the surface, instead of focusing that energy on developing new rhizomes underground. Lay each piece flat in the soil, like it's taking a nap, and pay attention to the buds. Try to orient them so they are facing upwards. Each one of those buds has the potential to become a new leafy stalk, and beneath each stalk, a new branch of ginger rhizomes will form. More stalks mean more ginger. Once they're in place, gently cover them with that 1 inch of loose soil. Now for the care routine. Ginger loves consistent moisture, but it will rot quickly in soggy, waterlogged soil. The goal is to keep the soil feeling like a well-wrung-out sponge, moist to the touch, but never muddy. Check the soil every couple of days by poking your finger in an inch or two. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Now, here is the single most important secret to a big harvest: hilling. As the green shoots grow taller, the rhizomes will start to form right at the soil surface. If they get exposed to sunlight, they'll stop growing. So, every few weeks, you need to add more of your loose soil mix or compost around the base of the plant. This technique, called hilling, keeps the developing rhizomes in the dark and gives them fresh, loose soil to expand into. This is what encourages them to branch out and multiply like crazy. Ginger is a tropical understory plant, which means it thrives in bright, indirect light or dappled shade, not harsh, direct sun. Too much intense sun will stress the plant, forcing it to grow more leaves for protection and diverting energy away from the rhizomes. For feeding, keep it light. A monthly dose of compost tea or a balanced liquid fertilizer low in nitrogen is perfect. Heavy nitrogen fertilizers will give you enormous, beautiful leaves, but tiny, disappointing rhizomes. Remember, we're feeding the roots, not the leaves. If you run into trouble, don't panic. If your plant is all leaves and no rhizomes, you're likely not hilling up the soil enough. If you see yellowing leaf tips, you might be overwatering, so let the soil dry out a bit more between waterings. And if you notice a foul smell or mushy stems at the base, that's likely root rot from poor drainage. Unfortunately, there's no saving it at that point, so you'll have to start over with fresh soil and better drainage. After about 8 to 10 months, your patience pays off. You'll know it's harvest time when the leafy stalks stop growing taller, and the lower leaves start to turn yellow and dry out. This is the signal that the plant has finished its growth cycle and has packed all its energy down into the rhizomes. Gently loosen the soil around the plant with a garden fork and lift the entire clump. You can use your fresh ginger right away, but before you take it all to the kitchen, break off a few of the healthiest looking pieces with good buds. You can replant these immediately to start your next crop. This is how you create a perpetual harvest, growing ginger forever from a single purchase. By following these steps, choosing the right seed, perfecting your soil, planting shallow, and hilling consistently, you can finally stop growing leaves and start growing incredible harvests. For more secrets to a thriving home garden, subscribe to Soil Story.